Well, welcome to the AM News now. And the Dr. Bawumia Northern Region Operations Team has rebuked Dr. Brian Acheampong, describing his call for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's removal as the party's flag bearer as intellectually dishonest and overly reductionist. Dr. Acheampong had urged the NPP delegate to reject Dr. Bawumia as the party's future presidential candidate, citing his inability to win constituencies in 7 of Ghana's 16 regions in the 2024 elections. In a strongly worded statement read by Yusuf Danjuma, Director of Communications for the NPP in the northern side of the country, the party said Dr. Acheampong's claim was a deliberate attempt to mislead the public through a skewed analysis. There is more in this report.
The Dr. Bawumia Northern Region Operations Team is a group working to connect with local communities and leaders, sharing his vision and galvanizing NPP supporters to aid his vision to lead the party. Addressing a press conference in Tamale, the Northern Regional Communications Director of the party, Yusuf Danjuma, said the phenomenon where a candidate loses election before winning is not new to the political journey of the New Patriotic Party.
In 1996, when John Acheampong contested the presidency for the first time, he won 0, I repeat, 0 constituencies in what would today constitute 8 regions, 8 solid regions. Volta, Oti, Savannah, Northeast, Upper East, Upper West, Bunu East, and Western North. Out of the 10 regions that existed at the time, Kufuor managed to win only 1, which was just 10% of the entirety of the country. Dr. Bawumia, on the other hand, Dr. Bawumia's performance in 2024, winning 3 regions out of 16 is not an anomaly. I repeat, it's not an anomaly.
He accused Dr. Acheampong of disingenuous attempt to place the entire burden of the 2024 defeat on Dr. Bawumia, saying elections are never determined by the actions of one individual.
It is intellectual dishonest to attribute the 2024 outcome solely to Dr. Bawumia. Such an approach would be unfair and overly simplistic. Elections are never determined by the actions of one individual. To place the entire burden on the 2024 defeat on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is reductionist, disingenuous, and contrary to historical evidence based on facts. While Dr. Bawumia remained the NPP strongest asset, our formidable candidate for victory come 2028, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not a candidate the NPP can afford to discard. He remains the most marketed, most recognizable, and arguably the most popular figure within the party today.
From that, government says it will soon expand prison facilities and legal aid services to address the growing number of inmates and individuals in need of legal support across the country. The decision follows renewed concerns over congestion at major correctional facilities, particularly the Insawo Medium Security Prison, where inmate numbers continue to exceed capacity. Deputy Attorney General Dr. Srimsai says this has become critical to maintaining peace, justice, and social stability. He made the remarks in an exclusive interview with my colleague, Stephen Mensah.
There's something called non-custodial sentences, where instead of sentencing the person to be in custody in the prisons, the person will be ordered to perform community service. That will reduce the number of people who are in the prison and therefore decongesting the prison, the prisons. That is one thing that we are doing. The other thing is, as you mentioned, some of the people who find themselves in prison have not actually been properly convicted. Some of them are remand prisoners who have been there for so long that the police service couldn't, afford keeping them in their police cells, and therefore have to be, transferred to the prisons. When we say equality before the law, we mean equal access to the law. You are not equal before the law if you don't have money to go and hire a lawyer to represent you in a law court. So it is a very significant, a very important institution that we need to pay attention to, and that is exactly what this government, the government of President John Mahama, is intending to do. Taxpayers' money alone would not be enough to deal with this problem.
Well, Dr. Sumsai, however, admits that the Legal Aid Commission continues to face significant challenges, particularly in the area of funding, which affects its ability to operate effectively across the country.
Government has a constant funding arrangement for the Legal Aid Commission. Of course, like all the other agencies, the government fund them. But you also know that government's money is always so many people are struggling to get a share of the government money. So it is not enough to do all the wonderful things that the Legal Aid Commission could do. And that is why, so there's a budget, they present a budget, the budget is often approved by Parliament. The last budget was approved recently. So they will get the allocation after appropriation and all that. But that money clearly is not enough to do the things that I've mentioned that they have to do. And that is why we think that we need some extra way of raising funds to support or to supplement what government is giving to the board.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General's Department has inaugurated several governing boards aimed at strengthening oversight and improving the delivery of legal services in the country.
When we say equality before the law, we mean equal access to the law. You are not equal before the law if you don't have money to go and hire a lawyer to represent you in a law court. So it is a very significant, a very important institution that we need to pay attention to, and that is exactly what this government, the government of President John Mahama, is intending to do, to make sure that as many people as possible are brought to be equal before the law. Now, the last one, which also goes back to equality before the law, is geography coverage. Most of the lawyers, about 95% of the lawyers, are found in the urban areas. And when I say the urban, I'm not even talking of regional capitals. I'm talking of Accra and Kumasi, and perhaps maybe Takrady. This is where you find all the lawyers. So what happened to the regions? Legal aid is one of the institutions that could, bridge the gap between the law and the individuals if we are able to expand to those other, the other parts of the country.
Away from that, Dr. Daniel Banoko, Deputy Director of the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, SICOD, has raised concerns of the continued red alert advisory placed on the Upper West region by some diplomatic missions, describing it as a major setback to development. He says several multi-million city development grants for the region have been stalled for nearly 4 years due to the advisory, which is linked to instability in the Sahel. Dr. Banoko made the call at an MOU signing between SICOD and Dr. Hila Liman Technical University, appealing to the Speaker of Parliament and the Northern Parliamentary Caucus to intervene. Joy News' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam has details from WA.
Turning to the Memorandum of Understanding, Daniel Banoko stated that the partnership will last for 5 years, renewable by mutual agreement, narrowing it on the context of transforming the African food systems to sustainability. Vice Chancellor of the Dr. Helelman Technical University, Professor Engineer Amida Tusaka Dramani, was excited about what the MOU sought to achieve, which he believes will be of enormous benefit to the people and the university. Head of Agriculture Engineering Department, Dr. Adams Abdulrahman, enumerated on some of the programs that the students will be pursuing and the expected outcomes. Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
To other stories now, and the Mental Health Authority of Ghana is raising alarm of the rising number of street children battling mental health disorders. According to the authority, over 70% of children living on the street suffer from mental health conditions, putting their lives at serious risk. There's more in the following report by Edna Garima.
According to the World Health Organization, an estimated 1 in 7 children and adolescents aged between 10 and 19 are affected by mental health conditions, with anxiety, depression, and behavioral disorders among the most common. Research by the National Library of Medicine in 2022 indicates that 73% of street children experience moderate to severe mental health problems, while 90% suffer from a poor quality of life. Speaking at the launch of the National Streetism Awareness Campaign for 2026, a representative of the Mental Health Authority, Simon Dogoron, expressed concern over the increasing number of children on the streets living with mental health disorders.
As the MC said, yes, I think he has made some research to know about 73% actually of streetism or street children, suffer from various forms of mental disorders, from depression, anxiety disorders, and then drug abuse and the rest. So it's a big challenge for all of us.
The executive director of the Cherish a Child Foundation, Salome Delali, called for collaborative efforts to end the growing menace of streetism.
We have the background of streetism spanning from many causes, and we know that this challenge is a multifaceted issue and cannot be solved by a single entity. The project recognizes the importance of collective dialogue, resource sharing, and community empowerment to address streetism effectively.
For victims on the streets, they shared painful experience and the harsh realities of streetism.
The street is not good though. Please, the streets, like you won't get a proper place to sleep or a food. If you get a food to eat, is Madam Salome may who bring us food every Sundays and took us to church. Yesterday evening I didn't sleep. I was begging for money.
It's not nice. The street is not good for me. The place where I'm sleeping is not good.
Given the multifaceted need for addressing streetism among children, there is a need for all stakeholders to come on board to help curb the menace. For Joy News, Edna Garimis report read to you.
Marie Noel Beauty Academy held its 5th graduation ceremony at GTech Hall, East Legon, celebrating over 200 students under the theme TVET, where passion meets profession for entrepreneurial skills. This event highlighted the Academy's mission to train young entrepreneurs in the beauty industry while showcasing graduate creativity, innovation, and newly acquired skills.
Marie Noel Beauty Academy held its TVET, where passion meets profession for entrepreneurial skills. The event highlighted the Academy mission to train young entrepreneurs in the beauty industry while showcasing graduate creativity, innovation, and newly acquired skills. Marie Noel Beauty Academy, owned by Marie Noel Yakubu, has graduated over 200 students in the beauty industry under the theme TVET, where passion meets profession for entrepreneurial skill. The event took place on 13 December 2025 at the GTech Hall and was well attended by professionals from the beauty industry alongside family members and friends of the graduates. The ceremony was further enriched by a series of talent exhibitions showcased by selected graduating students. Marie Noel Yakubu says that Marie Noel Beauty Academy, they uphold a simple but profound truth: skills are tools that shape destiny.
At Marie Noel Beauty Academy, we uphold a simple but profound truth: skills are tools that shape destinies.
She also advised the graduate that the skills acquired should be used for creativity and innovation and own whatever they do.
I've told them, I've given them all the tools. Now your skill is your power. Go out there, do new creations, be a creator, be an inventor, own what you are doing, and the world is out there ready to meet you.
She encouraged male students to be confident and recognize those matching the achievement of their female peers.
Even these days, we are happy and lucky to have male learners with us. We actually encourage them. They shouldn't be shy, because this work is not just for women. My male learners are even, I'm not saying they are better, but they're on the same level as the female. And the ones who own it and take it, they do better than even some of the females.
The graduate expressed enthusiasm about participating in the ceremony and emphasized the importance of pursuing entrepreneurship rather than relying solely on white-collar jobs.
My name
Elegant Homes and General Construction has unveiled an ultra-modern sports complex at its Elegant Homes estate in Accra. The facility features a children's playground, a basketball court, a tennis court, and a fully equipped gym, offering a range of recreational and fitness options for residents. Management says the project is designed to promote healthy living, foster community connections, and enhance the overall value of properties within the estate. Angela Asantewa Amwako has more in the following report.
Elegant Homes and General Construction has officially opened its multipurpose sports complex at the estate. With that, residents now have access to a playground, courts for basketball and tennis, and a modern gym for workouts and recreation. Chief Executive Officer Dorothy Kwashi highlighted the range of amenities the estate now offers, emphasizing the company's commitment to residents' quality of life.
Today marks a milestone in the history of Elegant Homes, having been able to come up with this edifice, a multi-purpose sports complex, in addition to our infrastructure. Where we are now currently is Elegant Court, our gated estate located at Katamanso of the Adenta Dodowa Road. The estate comprises of 3 paved road. We have solar street lights, we have 24-hour security, we have covered drains, and then we have one of the beautiful multi-purpose complex which we commissioned today. Please, if you are looking to buy a property, if you are looking for a serene environment, if you are looking for quality, look no further. Elegant Homes is your home of choice.
A long-time resident, Edusei Puku, who chaired the event, said the complex will encourage healthy living and strengthen community ties.
The sports complex, yes. I have always known, when they started the Elegant Home design, I was one of the few people that really pushed them hard that you need a sports complex or a community center where you can have a tennis court, even if you can get a swimming pool, so that you prevent everybody from, let's say, getting their own tennis courts and other things, right? So we pushed very hard for it, and I think this is a step in the right direction, although it's not as big as we wanted it to be. But you do have a children's playground. All the children can come and have fun here. You have a multi-purpose ball court. You can play basketball or tennis or football or that. And
community ties. Residents welcomed the new facility, praising management for the initiative. Yvonne, who is a resident of Elegant Homes, shared her excitement about the sports complex.
2018. It's a wonderful place to live. The support, the staff, they're wonderful, the management. Come get a property here because you will not regret it. And now with this place, we can exercise. There's a beautiful gym. We can exercise. Our kids can come to play. It's a wonderful place. A serene environment, a secured environment.
Elegant Homes continues to invest in amenities that enhance lifestyle and community well-being, setting a standard for residential living in Accra. Angela Asantewa Amwako's report, read to you.
Well, the city came alive with the sound of Christmas as timeless carols blended with cherished local tunes echoed the memories and traditions of generations as joy news engaged some residents to sing their favorite Christmas tunes. Not on grand stages, but in everyday spaces, Ghanaians lifted their voices, bringing together music, nostalgia, and festive cheer to usher in the Christmas week. My colleague Rodelyn Abensa has more in this report.
For many Ghanaians, Christmas comes alive through music. From carols first learned in school assemblies to local favorites passed down at home, these songs have shaped how the season is celebrated for generations. This Yuletide, Joy News took to the streets of Accra, where familiar melodies floated through busy roads and quiet corners alike. Sung not on grand stages, but by everyday people, the songs carried laughter, memories, and a simple joy that signals Christmas has truly arrived.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Feliz Navidad, Prospero Ando, Feliz Today. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. From the bottom of my heart.
Well, what is your favorite tune? Let's sing together here. Why not start even a challenge of singing our favorite tunes and sending it to Johnny so we can post on social media? But this ushers us into the business update. Well, to the business update now, the Securities and Exchange Commission has reviewed the guidelines for the implementation of the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill, commonly referred to as a crypto bill, will soon be rolled out. The guidelines will serve as blueprint to guide asset providers in the implementation of the bill, which is awaiting presidential assent. Speaking to Joy Business at the National Virtual Asset Literacy Program organized for virtual asset market operators, Deputy Director General at SEC, Mensa Thompson, says various literacy sessions will be held to address all concerns of industry players before the full operationalization of the bill.
On the guidelines very soon. We're waiting for the president to sign the bill. Once the bill is signed, the guidelines will be published because the guidelines will be dependent on the bill. And so, but let me say that this is one of the most extensively consultative law Ghana has ever passed. It took us 1 year to develop this crypto law, and we've engaged a number of people, dozens, from the blockchain associations to the market operators to AML operators to auditors to accountants to banks to other non-bank financial institutions to government operatives. In fact, this is the only bill that we had to do a pre-laying engagement with the Finance Committee of Parliament even before the bill went to the House. And so this bill has seen extensive consultation. And so a lot of their concerns are properly captured in the bill. The guideline is just to provide extra clarity. And so hopefully in January the guidelines will be rolled out and the market operators will know. But then the National Virtual Asset Literacy Program has also been put in place to ensure that there is proper understanding, we carry the public along. And so even you, the media, will be doing proper sensitization for you. We'll be doing sensitization for the judiciary. We'll be doing some for other, critical stakeholders in the economy. So everybody will be properly carried along as far as the operationalization of the law is concerned.
Well, that's all we have in Business Update, and that's how we conclude the AM News. Up next is sports. Stay on.